Has your ex changed the way that you look at relationships?
Well,
Or
to
if
quote Ariana Grande again, well, I'm not really quoting her because I don't remember the lyrics, but
it's
she
thank you
did
next,
mention
babe.
every. Yeah, thank you next. But she did mention like every ex's name and thanking them for certain things that they taught them. And I think that is the case. I think that every single person that you've been with and shared something with has taught you something, even if it feels like it was just a very short relationship or something. Everybody has taught you something, and like for me, I've learned so much along the way. And I guess, like, if you put it this way, when I started dating, I was a completely different person and from who I am now. And I don't think Danny would have liked that different person. The person who I am now is kind of thanks to my exes.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. No, I can't imagine like meeting you before and you being different. Like I just see you as you. We have this conversation like what if we met like let's say 5 years ago? Like would we be together and stuff? Like I would say yes because I like the way I see you now is how I imagine you would be 5 years ago, and then I have to remember that you were a different person 5 years ago, but I can't imagine what that person might be.
I know, that's why. So, yeah, so I would thank all my exes for every lesson they taught me, for the patience they gave me, for the heartbreaks that taught me certain things and taught me like what I needed, what I actually needed in relationship and stuff. And I'm not at all like ungrateful for whatever I had. Even the bad relationships, I don't regret anything because it is what shaped me and it is what made me who I am today.
For me, like I think my biggest takeaway from like in general for like all my exes would be that like you shouldn't play games, like mind games, and you should just be very honest early on and upfront and direct early on. And that's something that I learned from you, which I wish I realized sooner and maybe like things would be different.
Yeah, and you know what? Like, the funny thing here is that I'm giving you a crash course of things that I learned through many, many years. And I kind of just like dumped it to you.
Yeah.
And like, so, look, this is what I've learned. And you've picked it up and you've learned from me. And that's good. So, yeah, now you're teaching everyone else. And it's funny because these are the lessons I learned from my exes as well, right? I learned to be more direct. I learned to be more of these things, right? And this is what I learned from my exes. And technically, you are learning from my exes, which is funny. Like, it's ironic, but you are learning from what I've learned.
Yeah. And I'm trying to like get all my friends into this, like you have to be very direct with them, you have to be very honest, just say what you feel
Yes.
and tell them what you need. And then they always look at me as if I'm like, what, are you crazy? Like why would I say that? Like I have to appear strong. I don't want to be appear needy. And so, they never listen to my advice because everyone else's advice would always be, you have to say this, you have to act a certain way, act like you don't care so that they chase you, blah, blah, blah. And my advice is just really completely the opposite. Just like say that you are upset because this and that. So, yeah, maybe some people just learn through experience. So maybe they have to like really experience
Yes.
whatever so that
You,
they.
you haven't had to learn through experience.
Yeah, that's true. Because I learned from like you doing it to me. If you guys want to check out the full episode, click the link on the screen or head on over to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever podcasts are available. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you soon.